feeds. 'Cause I got bit in my hand that feeds. Now I'm burning cash like gasoline. I'm back to the grind. All I wanted is soul. 'Cause I've been walking this line too long. All I wanted is soul. You know time has come. You can miss me when I'm gone. I got no shelter in the driving rain. I got no lady to ease my pain. Got an empty bottle with an empty glass. Can somebody please just make this pass? I'm back to the grind. Yeah. And all I want is soul. 'Cause I've been walking this line too long. And all I want is soul. You know the time has come, so don't miss me when I'm gone.
What's up, wrestling fans? That was a sweet tune. A very sweet tune. Holy shit, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Or actually, it's called "When I'm Gone" by Dirty Honey. I'm definitely purchasing that off Apple. I really enjoyed that WWE Extreme Rules theme song, and you know what? I enjoy the hell out of WWE Extreme Rules 2019. Welcome to the Small Package, episode 53. This is the first time we've done in 2019 a post-show reaction show, and I thank you for joining me. I'm the mailman, Jimmy Milstead, and I'm going solo tonight. An epic pay-per-view out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the WWE went extreme. It's not ECW, but all in all, I thought tonight was definitely extreme. And we have a new WWE Universal Champion as Brock Lesnar. It only took him 15 seconds, guys, and he is the new champion in the main event. But we'll get to that in a minute. We did not have that on our prediction show, but a lot to cover tonight, and it's going to be really intimidating to go by myself tonight. But once again, I would love to get your thoughts. You can reach me here on the chat on YouTube, and you can also, as Mark Wood was supposed to join me tonight, but his internet went out. He just said he was done with WWE. He must have just seen the he must have just seen the Brock Lesnar result. He was going to come on with me tonight. I don't know. You can't see it, but Mark says, I'm done with WWE. Brock Lesnar recaptures the WWE Universal Championship at the end of that main event. Becky and Seth ended up winning that match, so Becky still the Raw Women's Champion. But all in all, a great night. I thought most of the panel, there were two matches added to the card, and I still don't even think KO did not wrestle Ziggler, right? But Shinsuke Nakamura on the pre-show ended up collecting the Intercontinental Championship, guys. He ended up scoring his first ever Intercontinental Championship. A late ad. We did not include it on our small package predictions, but congratulations to my favorite professional wrestler, Shinsuke Nakamura. He beat Finn Balor on the pre-show. That was what opened it, as the building was still open, gathering in. Kind of a shitty thing on my part to think, but I never got a official attendance. But as Extreme Rules pre-show started, this is the 11th Extreme Rules pay-per-view ever in WWE history. But Shinsuke Nakamura, congratulations. Philadelphia has been kind to you, sir. He won the Royal Rumble just 2 years ago in 2017. in the Wells Fargo Center. He ends up defeating Finn Balor in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. This was a highlight for me tonight. Unfortunately, I really thought this could have been a SummerSlam moment. So maybe we'll see the Demon Finn Balor. Just weird they threw this together, guys. But we did not include this on our prediction show. We also didn't include KO and Ziggler, and I don't even think that match took place. I don't even remember anything about it. Kevin Owens, I think, threw a promo together or something. But all in all, a great night, as I said by our panel. The guy with the best record tonight was our defending champion, the Bar, Rory Barr. Unbelievable. 9-1. 9-1. I believe he is now tied with the Hitman, Clint Griner. I don't have the official tallies for records, but all I know is the Bar went 9-1 tonight. His lone loss tonight was Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan in the tag team match. Congratulations to the New Day. 6 times now WWE tag team champions. SmackDown on this side this time. But the Bar is bringing up his A game tonight, guys. And he is unbelievable. Kudos to the Hitman. Also myself, Jimmy the Mailman Milstead. And we also had John Loose Cannon Lopez for a while. We're going undefeated throughout the whole pay-per-view until basically, I believe it was that tag team match. John Loose Cannon Lopez ended up going 8-2. Jimmy the Mailman Milstead 8-2. And Clint Griner, the Hitman, who was our current leader, now tied with the Bar, 8-2. I don't have the official tallies. I want to say Clint's 33-12 or something. So the Bar, unofficially, I think that's what it is. I got to get the math ready, but other notable great records tonight. The Pipe Layer was 8-2. The Pipe Layer, Tim Kelly, his lone loss was Tony Nese on the pre-show. He was the only guy to pick Tony Nese. Drew Gulak in his hometown of Philadelphia. We'll cover that match in a minute. But Pipe Layer, big pick for him he was the only guy to pick the New Day tonight. The New Day win those SmackDown Tag Team Championships for a record. Is it 6 times, guys, or 7 times? I don't know. I've lost the track, but unbelievable tag team. I love the New Day. Congratulations, Pipe Layer, for getting back on the rebound after a terrible stomping grounds. But he also lost. The Pipe Layer's other stumble was Ricochet. Ricochet, AJ Styles had a great United States Championship match. We'll cover that in a minute. Ricochet lost, unfortunately. We'll cover that here in a minute. Other notables, those are the best records tonight. So a lot of issues for everybody else. Unfortunately, the Rat Boy and King Louie really struggled tonight. We'll get into it here in a minute, but I will post this record sheet and the standings tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. But what would you guys think of the pay-per-view? I'm going to give tonight's Extreme Rules. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I think this has been the best pay-per-view of 2019. Let me hit the chat. Has anybody joined us tonight? Holy smokes. Sorry for my inconsistencies tonight. I am out of my normal routine. I usually have some kind of tag team partner. Where is we've got John Loose Cannon Lopez here, guys. John Loose Cannon Lopez, thanks for joining me, sir. Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura, he's excited about that as well. Yeah, Loose Cannon, you were 8-2, sir. A great night for you. Like I said, your lone losses were Bryan and Rowan in the tag match. That was a triple threat. And then Ricochet, which you were honest about. You originally had AJ Styles, so you could have been 9-1 and tonight's top dog. But credit to you for being honest there, because I missed that. You said you switched on our small package episode 52 last night, the preview show a couple of nights ago. And I want to give you a kudos, sir. Yeah, the SmackDown title championship ruined a lot of people. The only guy to get the pick right was the Pipe Layer, Tim Kelly. he was the only guy to pick the New Day. So kudos, Tim Kelly. Outstanding night. I want to thank John Luz Cantalopes for joining me tonight. There's a lot of options out there to look at your WWE Extreme Rules results with. I'm just the common man here. I really enjoyed the pay-per-view, guys. Unfortunately, I wanted Mark the WoodChuck Wood to come on with us, but he had tremendous internet difficulties tonight, and he's still trying to catch up on all things WWE Extreme Rules tonight. But like I said, I want to start off tonight's pay-per-view with a quote. Renee Young: "When you date the architect, you get more plans." Unbelievable. I gotta. That was in the main event. That quote made me chuckle a little bit. But holy smokes, a very fun main event. And I'm a legit shock, guys. Brock Lesnar cashes in. Does not count against any of our records, but Brock Lesnar cashed in after that main event tonight over Seth Rollins. What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Paul Heyman came out about a third into the pay-per-view, and he predicted a spoiler, and this time he rang true. I honestly didn't believe it was going to happen, and I also thought maybe he'd even cash in on Kofi Kingston at one point, but Brock Lesnar, for the third time in WWE history, is your Universal Championship champion. So once again, real quick, I'll read the results. We had Rory Barr. He was the best tonight at 9-1. We had Clint Griner, who was currently in the lead. He's now tied a co-champion. That's the only thing I know. He was 8-2. The pipe player Tim Kelly was 8-2. The mailman Jimmy Milstead, myself, was 8-2. John Luz Lopez was 8-2. So those are your top dogs. We also had Mark Wood. He slipped a bit, went to 7-3 unofficially. I got to double check all these picks are right. But the Metal Taker slipped to 7-3. I don't think he watched it live. He was traveling today. We had Deadpool James Herrera at 7-3. We also had King Louis slipped a bit, tried to pick a bunch of upsets. Cesaro, a tough loss for him there. He went 5-5. He was a Extreme Rules worse there at that record. The Rat Boy Ryan Alexander Taylor on a little bit of a comeback, went 6-4, and we had out of control Cody Thomas, who joined our contest late. Had an impressive night, 7-3. He went ballsy with the Usos, and who else did he have? He had Bryan and Rowan and McMahon and McIntyre. So, what are your all's thoughts, guys? Let me go back to the chatter. You can give me a ring at 360-827-2548, or hit me up on the Facebook Messenger. We can get you live here on this small package episode 53. Post-show reactions. I just can't get over Mark when he says he's done with WWE. That might be the 53rd time he's ever said that. But he'll be back with us on Monday Night Raw. James Deadpool Herrera's join us. Yo, bro, just leaving a like. I'm watching Extreme Rules later tonight, avoiding spoilers. James, good luck, sir. Hopefully you didn't catch anything I just said. So go watch it. If you're still watching me, I think it was probably one of the better WWE pay-per-view offerings of 2019. An enjoyable Sunday night for me, to say the least. So me going solo, I flapped my gums enough. Since we don't have a tag team partner, we might as well give our review real quick. And let me bring up my notes here. It's unfortunate because I do not have a Philadelphia attendance, but I thought Philadelphia's crowd really brought it, and they were kick-ass. But Shinsuke Nakamura off the top and Finn Balor, it was weird that they started off the pre-show, but that match, like I said, went 7 minutes and 40 seconds. To just cut to the chase, the finish, Balor had Nakamura in the drop zone and went for a coup de grace off the top rope, but Nakamura moved and connected with a knee to the back of Balor's head, and he followed that up with a Kinshasa. I still like Bomaye. as a finisher. But a vicious knee strike gets Shinsuke Nakamura a pin. He scores it for the Intercontinental Championship. He's a multi-time New Japan Intercontinental Champion, but this definitely I'm marking out for. He wins the WWE Intercontinental Championship for the first time in his career. A good solid 10 minutes of action with really nice sequences to end the match. Could be the rebirth of Nakamura in WWE. We shall see. My fear is they're going to bring the Demon back maybe for a rematch for SummerSlam. Any thoughts, guys, on this before we move on? Let's bring up the chat. Loose Cannon says Extreme Rules was a good show tonight. And like I said, very thankful for you guys joining me when you got so many options out there to get your Extreme Rules post-show reactions with. But here at the small package, I'm wearing that shirt I got off the WWE Slam Crate last night. Really digging this shirt. It's really comfortable. A cool 72 degrees here in my backyard. Still light out here. Enjoying a Sunday night beer. No, it's not Bud Light. It is a mango IPA, courtesy of Bale Breaker. Check this out if it's available at Total Wine. A perfect summer beer, guys. I cannot promote this enough. That's for you, Shinsuke Nakamura. Tremendous victory, sir. And the Intercontinental Championship, it shouldn't be on the pre-show ever, but that is a prestigious title, and I am so stoked. Hopefully, it's a rebirth for Nakamura to get hot right now. I hope he has that title actually for a long time. So let's move on, guys. The next match we have to cover, it was the 205 Live presentation. But before we get to that, I really enjoyed, we had a New Day promo wishing basically Charlie Caruso, who the ever lovely Charlie Caruso, she looks so beautiful tonight. It was her birthday month, but today officially her birthday. The New Day, only these guys do promos the way they're very creative in promos. Go check this out if you have it on the pre-show. And basically they promised to win all the gold tonight, which spoiler alert, they did. And Kofi promising to retain the WWE Championship over Samoa Joe, which he did. And Big E and Xavier, they do become the 6-time tag team championships. And these guys are the WWE at this point. So a tradition unlike any other, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match is unfortunately on the kickoff show. I thought for sure maybe these guys would get time on the main card, but not tonight, as we had 12 matches when it came to it. And once I knew that, I basically thought they would definitely be on the pre-show. But let's cut to the finish. Basically during the match, though, there was a dangerous spot. The Gulak and Tony Nese have great chemistry, but my guy Matt Farmer off of Defy out here on the West Coast was kind of squeamish at this one. When they do that German into the turnbuckles, he's a little nervous when that happens. I think he had some things to say on Twitter. Give Matt Farmer a follow. He's a tremendous wrestling guy and a historian, and he's one of the best West Coast wrestling guys out here, and a promoter with MLW and Defy Wrestling. But the finish, Gulak ended up retaining in his hometown, guys, hitting big moves, including a power bomb and a clothesline that turned Tony Nese inside out. He then picked up Nese and slammed him down with a Cyclone Driver to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. These two have, like I said, great chemistry, and this was yet another good match between them both. These guys basically are the 205 Live division, and it would be great to see if they were given twice as much time. I really thought this was maybe the second best match of the night, but the only guy to get it wrong was the pipe layer, but he made up for it with the New Day pick. So everybody else had Drew Gulak. So kudos to everybody on that one. That basically brought us to 4 o'clock on the West Coast, 7 Eastern on the East Coast, where Extreme Rules started. It took about 20 minutes of intros and promos before we got, and the Extreme Rules started off with the no holds barred match, guys. What were your thoughts? Let me go back to the chat before I get Loose Cannon. Love the shirt, Jimmy. And I got a guy named Chill Family. Hello, WWE fan here. Welcome, Chill Family. What were your thoughts of the pay-per-view? Usually, this is where I take a break and have my tag team partner chime in, but nobody has joined me tonight. I'm all for talking solo here, but excuse me for a minute. Let me get a rest here. That's for my guy Chill Family joining us on the chat. What'd you think of WWE Extreme Rules, Chill Family? Where are you from? Let me know what you thought of tonight's pay-per-view, man. But the pay-per-view ended up starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and the first match with all the intros didn't really get off till 7:20. I really dug it that we started off with the no holds barred match. I thought Undertaker looked like he was in phenomenal shape, guys. What were your thoughts on how the Undertaker looked? I really had no doubt with the help of Roman Reigns. I'm not a fan of the Graveyard Dogs as far as a name for these guys, but I really thought this is a perfect place for Undertaker to feature himself if he still wants to be a WWE superstar. Roman Reigns is the perfect candidate to help this guy. I'm all for seeing more of the Undertaker if it's in this kind of limelight. Tremendous pop. The entrance is always top notch. This match, let me go to my Wikipedia real quick. Back to the Drew Gulak, Tony Nese. It was 7 minutes, 25 seconds for that Cruiserweight Championship where Drew Gulak defended it. But this match, after 20 minutes of intros, it went 17 minutes long. Borderline longest match of the night. There was only one more match longer than that, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this thing, the opener, Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, the Graveyard Dogs, took on Drew McIntyre and Shane O'Mac in the no holds barred match, and I knew this one was going to deliver. What did you guys think of this one? For some reason, they were doing traditional tags in the no holds barred match. I wasn't sure why off the bat, but early on it was looking good for Taker and Roman Reigns. Taker was tagging in early and unloaded with a fury of punches on Shane. He followed up with a big clothesline, and then goes old school, walking on the ropes. That never gets old. And he really looked like he was in great shape, guys. What were your thoughts on what the Undertaker looked like tonight? I'm all in for the Undertaker to keep going if he's going to look and be made to look good in a tag team effort by younger talent. And I must say the Dead Man looked to be in really good shape tonight, like I said. We had McIntyre miss a big shoulder in the corner. At one point, Reigns made the hot tag to the Undertaker, who went downtown on Shane, who also tagged in. The Undertaker was ready to powerbomb Shane at one point through the announcer's table. And then we had Elias come out where from nowhere he smashed him in the back with a guitar. McIntyre with a Claymore kick on the outside just ended up being a furious pace outside the ring, thus a no holds barred match. Reigns was on the floor for a while, and then he delivered another Claymore to the Undertaker, who was then put through the announcer's table by Shane McMahon, and then with a flying elbow from the top rope. Might have been one of the best spots of the night. We take you to the finish. Shane connected with a coast-to-coast at one point on the Undertaker. The more I look at Shane with this, I don't know about you guys, but it looks like he's coming up shorter and shorter. At least from my view of tonight, I got to watch it again. He's hitting guys with 1 foot now. It's not as spectacular But I'll give Shane a lot of credit. If I was his age, I think he's almost 50 at this point, probably 50 right now. He's a good 7 years older. He's in way better shape than me. But I mean, I know I can't make it from ring post to ring post, but it's getting close to retire that move, I think, for him. But getting back to the finish, Reigns ends up hitting a Superman punch on Elias on the floor. Then the dead man did the sit-up back to life and freaks out Shane. McIntyre tried to sneak up behind Taker. That was a great visual. And Reigns cleans him up with a spear, and then Taker dropped Shane with a tombstone. It looked like they had to redo the pick up there at one point. The match picked up in the second half with this and realized it was a no-holds-barred match and they could do whatever they wanted. Give Undertaker a lot of credit tonight, guys, and he moved better than he has in a long time. I think this was the Undertaker's best match of in a while, and those guys get the victory. The guys that picked McMahon and McIntyre were the Mendel Taker, Deadpool James Herrera, and unfortunately out of control Cody Thomas. On the pre-show, or our episode 52, I incorrectly put the Rat Boy had Shane McMahon and McIntyre. He, in fact, did pick the Undertaker and Reigns, so I wanted to give that a credit. So the Rat Boy did get that pick. I enjoyed that match a hell of a lot. What are you guys talking about on the chatter? Luis Cannon Lopez, the opening match was great. Way to start off the show, and the Undertaker looked much better than this tag match than the last few matches he had. I totally agree. Luis Cannon Lopez. I'm actually looking forward to more of that. At the moment, when I saw this match, I was wondering what was going to follow this up and how it was going to follow it up, and it ended up being a tremendous follow. We had a tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, where the Revival, the defending champions, were taking on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. This one pretty much picked up where the No Holds Barred match picked up. What were my stats on this? After that 17-minute No Holds Barred match, this one went 12 minutes, 35 seconds. I thought this match, it didn't struggle after that hot opener. I mean, I thought maybe they'd put a crappy match to follow this one, and it was really a good pay-per-view, guys. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure how they did it, but I really enjoyed the flow of this pay-per-view. There was a couple of slow points, but this tag team match was great. The Revival ended up retaining the tag team championships. Once again, what is their future like? But back to my notes, the Usos had interesting garb on tonight. They look like comfortable sweatpant pajamas or something. I would like a pair of those. If they could sell those on WWEshop.com, I would gladly like a pair of those. They look comfortable. So I'd like to wear them right now, in fact. But this was a classic tag team wrestling match. And I don't know, I'm going to cut to the finish. I didn't really take too many notes on this, but this match, like I said, what did I say? How long did it go? It was 12 minutes, 35 seconds. Sorry, I wanted to get that in there. The finish had a nice sequence to close it out. Wilder going for a DDT off the top rope. He ended up tagging Scott Dawson in midair. He missed the DDT, but together they connected with a Shatter Machine for the win. That's one of the better wrestling moves, in my opinion. These teams can't have bad matches, in my opinion. And this was no different. I just think I just don't know where they're going to go from here. A rematch? Who knows? You can't complain. What were your thoughts on this one, guys? As I take a breather, nobody's chatting, but I would like your thoughts in the comments. Did you think this was a good pay-per-view? tag team match. The only guys to get the Usos wrong were Out of Control Cody Thomas, King Louie, who vows Eric Lucart to bring home this small package championship by Tampa, and Mark WoodChuck, the WoodChuck, my tag team partner who was supposed to join me tonight, failed on this pick. So a big loss for Mark Wood as he picked the Usos, but everybody else had the Revival. I'm guessing this program continues, I would assume. Leave me the feedback in the comments, guys. Not getting a lot of chatter here. Okay, Luis Cannon Lopez, Raw Tag Team Championship match was great, he says, or good. Glad the Revival are still the tag team champs. Hope they do another match at SummerSlam. So I'm basically thinking, Luis Cannon, that's where they're headed. Probably, I think they should add better storylines before they are more than adding that jockey of the Usi Hot, or whatever the fuck it is. They need better storylines. And why are not Dash and Dawson with Shayna McMahon? I think they created a nice little stable there if they're going to make them badasses, but kind of went away from that, I guess. But so a pretty good match to counter coming off the heels of the No Holds Barred opener where the Undertaker and Roman Reigns got the win. So at this point, I was already feeling pretty good about this night. So that brings us to our third match, guys. What do we have? We had Aleister Black, his singles match debut, taking on Cesaro. This one went 9 minutes and 45 seconds, and it was a highly anticipated match on my end. I was excited to see how Aleister would look. Basically, the only guy that got this pick wrong was King Louie. He was brave enough to take Cesaro. There was no way Aleister Black was going to lose in his singles debut, but this one was all about gamesmanship and mind games, pretty much. Cesaro was a perfect opponent to start this off. We'll cut to the finish. They were standing toe-to-toe, going back and forth with punches and forearms when Black broke out the kicks and hits, and then he hit that Black Mass, that spinning back kick. It's just an excellent finisher. Flush on Cesaro's jaw, who, if you've never noticed, he's had a lot of jaw work and teeth work these past couple of years. I'm sure that didn't help with a kick to the face. This one was quite the hard-hitting match. I recommend you guys go and watch this match. It helped Black to get a clean victory, but it also made Cesaro look strong as well. So Aleister Black with a impressive debut singles opener here on WWE Extreme Rules. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. What did Luis Cannon Lopez say? Back to the tag team match. Unless they're going to push the Street Profits and start a program with a Revival, he's happy with the Usos and Revival. I kudos that too. He also says, John Luis Cannon Lopez, I also think that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff start their duties this week. Okay, so they have not officially started. Okay, that's good to know. That's why I love Luis Cannon. And then a good way to re-debut Aleister Black versus Cesaro. I don't mind if they extend this feud. Yeah, me neither. Luis Cannon definitely enjoy. I was really excited. I mean, basically, it was a throwaway match. We knew Aleister Black was not going to lose, but I liked how Cesaro looked really good. There were some really good stiff maneuvers in that match, and I think I'm going to rewatch that actually, but I wouldn't mind to see that continue. Like we said on the episode 52, where is Sheamus? I like Cesaro as a singles wrestler, but where is Sheamus? Is he coming back anytime soon? Somebody enlighten me. Unbelievable. Maybe he's out for the long term, but get well to Sheamus. Let's move on to our next match, shall we, guys? We had the Women's SmackDown Women's Championship, where Bayley ended up taking on Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss in a handicap match for the championship. This one went longer than I expected. It was 10 minutes and 30 seconds. And much to my dismay, we did not see a Sasha Banks appearance. We'll cut to the finish. Bliss came off the top rope with a twisted Bliss, but Bayley ended up getting her knees up. Nikki then came off the top rope, but got caught with a knee to the face. I thought that was awesome. And then Bayley finishes it off with an elbow, a Macho Man elbow off the top. It looked like it connected pretty good. A decent match, but a weird stipulation that really made me think maybe Nikki and Alexa would win. But Nikki and Alexa really didn't feud afterwards. So I wonder when that feud is going to begin. Were you guys surprised that we didn't see Sasha Banks tonight? It totally didn't blow my mind, but are we going to see Sasha Banks? It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm thinking outside the box, and maybe she isn't coming. I don't know, man. I have no idea what's going on with Sasha Banks. But at this point, I thought the pay-per-view kind of slowed down, but then it kind of picked up. We had the last man standing match. This ended up being the longest match of the night, guys. 17 minutes, 30 seconds. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley continues their summer rivalry. This one had some entertaining value to it. Somehow Strowman doing this match after recently suffered a lacerated spleen was unbelievable, but he wasn't showing any effects, and he came out strong. Strowman doing the run around the ring, but Lashley nailed him with a spear into the spleen. You figure it would have been over by then. Right about, 3 minutes into the match, but I don't know where my spleen would be, but after a spear, if you're just struggling after that, good luck. But this one ended up going to the concourse out in Philadelphia as well, Wells Fargo Center, somewhere by the merch stand, section 114. They were getting all the action. They found one of the merchandise stands, and Strowman suplexed Lashley pretty good into the wall. We had Strowman running over Lashley out in the crowd after this. He barely got up before the count of 10. Strowman then tried to pick him up, but Lashley got loose and then picked up Strowman and drove him through the ringside barricade. That was a pretty cool visual. I kind of enjoyed this match. 17 minutes, 30 seconds. I had a feeling this one might have been, got a lot of time, but let's cut to the finish. Or no, what else do I have? I had Lashley uses Strowman's own move. At one point, he ran around the ring, hit a large shoulder block with Strowman flying over the announcer's table. That was pretty cool. Lashley tipped over the table on Strowman, where Strowman was a near count out there. He got up, though, in time. He beat out the count. He walked over the barricade, and Lashley jumped off the barricade towards Strowman, but Strowman caught him and threw him hard into the International's announce table. At first, I thought it was my boy Tim Kelly's favorite guy, the Mandarin Chinese guy, Sean Dang, but it looked like it was Funaki that got the brunt of that. Funaki, we never got an update on Funaki. The Japan announcer took the brunt of that Lashley International announce tables incident out there on the other side. But we cut to the finish. We were on once again fighting up in the crowd. Strowman picked up Lashley, hit a power slam through a production area, and the referee was counting and couldn't see either Strowman or Lashley. But Strowman emerged from one side and plastered through the whatever that structure was. Clearly WWE produced, but it was a good visual. Strowman beat both these guys beat the holy hell out of each other, and the Philly crowd was really into it. So I guess that's all that counts. Guys that got this wrong were King Louie and the Rat Boy. Everybody else had Braun Strowman. Does this feud end, guys? Give me your comments in the comments section. John Luis Candle Lopez. He says, back to the women's match, you could save Sasha Banks for the return to TV this week. So I have no doubt that that's probably going to happen. Man, I don't know if she's going to hit SummerSlam. This time it's in Toronto, though, guys, not Brooklyn, New York. It's got to happen soon, I would think. But, yeah, we'll see. Loose Cannon also said, glad Bayley is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. It won't make sense if Raw's Alexa Bliss is holding the SmackDown title. Yeah, that I never even thought of that. This wild card shit is just driving me nuts. I don't even think we have brands anymore, brand split. But then again, nothing makes sense in WWE. LOL, indeed. John Loose Cannon Lopez. Strowman versus Lashley, the last man standing match was a car wreck fun, according to John Loose Cannon Lopez. Lopez, me and you were kicking ass at this point, undefeated. So until this point, we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It was basically a triple threat match between Heavy Machinery, The New Day, and then the champions, Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, and Eric Rowan. This one went an even 14 minutes. I thought it was a pretty entertaining match. This is where my internet kind of cut out, so I didn't really take too many notes, but I enjoyed the finish. So we will cut to the finish for the sixth time, guys. Bryan with a series of yes kicks to Big E, who I still think is a WWE champion candidate. There's no heel turn on Kofi Kingston anytime soon, at least. Not in 2019, but Bryan with a series of yes kicks to Big E, stood up and looked possessed at that point. He got into Bryan's face and took a few slaps, but was not phased. Drilled him with a clothesline, and Woods gets the tag, and he and Big E with a double team move get the win. The New Day are now 6-time tag team champions. A lot going on with this match that turned out well, but just came short of hitting high gear. I'm just saying that for the fact that I missed a good portion of the beginning of the match. What were you guys' thoughts? What was the timetable? I said 14 minutes of this match. But congratulations, the New Day. They actually deserve this. The only guy to get this pick right, like I said earlier, was the pipe player, Tim Kelly. Did not see that coming. Where do you guys see it coming? Loose Cannon Lopez says, please kill off the wild card nonsense. I totally agree. Yeah, and then he says the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. We were both wrong on that. Yep, that's where our undefeated streaks went and went out with a bang there, Loose Cannon. But it was a great night for us. I'm not complaining. But entertaining match. I really thought Heavy Machinery was ready, but what do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Where's this SummerSlam program going? Does Bryan go singles now? What would Rowan do? And we haven't talked about Bray Wyatt in a while, guys. We haven't seen Funhouse vignettes at least for 2 weeks, right? Really thought instead of the Brock Lesnar cash in tonight, we might have saw Bray Wyatt, but give me your thoughts. Oh, by the way, yeah, no Miz on the card if you're going to add anybody. But such is life. But what were your thoughts? New Day, congratulations, 6-time tag team champion. They're up there. They're WWE Hall of Fame candidates. Big E and Xavier get a sip from the mailman, Jimmy Melstead. We're moving right along, guys, to our next match, which might have been my favorite match of the night besides Gulak and Nice. We had the United States Championship where Ricochet, the incumbent champion, took on AJ Styles. This one went 16 minutes, 30 seconds. I thought it might have got a lot more time than this, but due to the added matches, I guess, we still never saw KO versus Ziggler, which was totally weird. I'm glad we didn't pick that one. But the only match we basically missed tonight was on the pre-show, Shinsuke winning that Intercontinental Championship. But that did not count against anybody's records. But on to this one. Basically, Ricochet off the bat. Oh no, I missed something. Paul Heyman came out before this match and told the crowd that he is in Philadelphia, basically the birthplace of ECW, and it's a night to be extreme. That's going to get extreme. He again promised that before the night is over, Brock Lesnar will cash in the Money in the Bank Championship, and as either WWE Champion or Universal Champion, because we have yet to see Kofi versus Samoa Joe as well. And he added, am I telling you the truth, or am I Paul Heyman?" That was a tremendous pop. Paul Heyman, one of the best characters going in WWE, and I'm so stoked. He's basically taken over Raw, which Luis Cannon Lopez, I'm happy to say, begins soon. But we had the United States Championship come next. Even before the bell rang, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, who were out there with AJ Styles in the ring, took out Ricochet before the bell hit. The ref finally gets them out of the ring, and the match started. So Ricochet did his patented going off the ropes, doing his leap, and they landed on him. So that was kind of Bush League. And me being the one of the people that picked Ricochet was pretty pissed off about that. Credit to John Luis Cannon Lopez. Like I said, before our small package show, we had him marked down as AJ Styles. That was his original pick. But on the small package episode 52 prediction show, he ended up going Ricochet. He manned up. I had him still down for AJ Styles. And Luis Cannon, thank you for being honest. We fixed it. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. You would have been 9-1 had I not correct that. But kudos to you for getting back to us. And that's why I hope you win this title this year. Stuff like that. Honesty will get you a long way in life. But you joined me as well, sir. Let's cut to the finish. This match had a lot of fireworks to it, but it was a great back and forth between both these guys, punches, elbows, and then a bigger move set with Ricochet landing an enziguri on Styles. And then he connected with a brain buster at one point. Ricochet got to the top rope and landed a sweet shooting star press and made the cover. But Anderson pointed out that Styles had his foot under the ropes. One of those classic moments where the ref didn't see it. But Anderson, that's when he have help outside, pointed to the ref, and AJ survives a pin attempt there. Anderson tried to hit Ricochet at one point, but misses and gets kicked. But Gallows didn't miss behind the referee's back. But the big moment was when AJ Styles produced the Styles Clash off the top rope. This thing looked vicious. And he got the win for the United States Championship. Another impressive match between these two, and it feels like there's still another level they can get to. This is definitely a SummerSlam program, guys. What were your overall thoughts? Once again, this one went 16 minutes, 30 seconds. Probably my favorite match of the night on the main card. Luis Cannon Lopez, the only guy with us on the live chat. Yeah, like he said, where is Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse? And he also said, congratulations to the New Day 6-time tag team champions. And he also says, I know, but he had to own up to his pick. He originally had AJ Styles. He switched to Ricochet. And kudos to you, sir. Honesty will get you a long way in life. But yeah, we had it on record here on episode 52 where he switched his pick. So kudos to you. He also said he's happy for AJ Styles to win the championship, and hopefully they do another one at SummerSlam. I totally think that's going to happen. Luis Cannon Lopez. So at this point, who are all the guys that got this pick wrong? As I bring up my sheet, the Hitman Clint Griner at this point was roaring pretty good. Our face champ ended up getting this pick wrong. The Rory Barr, who had a best 9-1 record tonight, got AJ Styles correct. The Mark WoodChuck got this pick right. The Undertaker ended up getting this pick wrong. He was traveling today. We didn't hear too much from Kevin Mendelsohn, but he's a big Ricochet mark. The Pipe Player ended up getting this pick wrong. His only other loss tonight, he had a great night. Deadpool James Herrera, you, sir, got this pick correct. The Mailman and Loose Cannon John Lupus got this one wrong. King Louie ended up getting this one right. Rat Boy Ryan Alexander Taylor picked this one right. And Out of Control Cody Thomas. He's been impressive coming on as of late. He got this one correct. So after this match, we ended up going to Kevin Owens defeating Dolph Ziggler in 17 seconds. So there was a match. You know what, guys? I think this is when my internet cut out. I'm going to have to defer to you guys. What the fuck happened? Because I did not see this. KO. Did he stun him? I don't know. What's the note say? Holy shit. I thought it was a promo. I totally missed this. This is news to me. Okay, here it is. It didn't take long as the bell rang and Owens immediately hit Stone Cold Stunner for the win. So Ziggler made to look like a jobber. After the match, he grabs the mic. That's what I basically saw. And he's barking at Shane McMahon. So, I mean, that's basically your SummerSlam match, I would assume. He's barking at Shane McMahon for keeping a bunch of different people off the show. And he adds that he's glad to share a tombstone pile driver and tells him to go to fucking hell. So if that's not your SummerSlam matchup between KO and Shane McMahon, I don't know what is. So basically, 17-second match. That's funny as hell because I did not even see Dolph Ziggler tonight. That brought up, and that match, by the way, did not count. Like I said, that was a late ad, and fortunately for Dolph Ziggler, good lord, I wonder how much he got paid, guys. Loose Cannon, do you have any thoughts? I don't think he's with us right now, but intense. Did anybody Facebook message me? Does anybody want to come on? Okay. I was just checking to see if anybody wanted to call in. You want to call in? Give me a ring at 360-827-2548. The Mailman, Jimmy Milstead, always willing to talk professional wrestling right here on the small package. We've got NXT TakeOver in Toronto, SummerSlam coming up in the beginning of August. I will let you know when episode 54 takes place. It'll be our prediction show. I haven't decided yet. But before we move on to our next match, let me know what day works for you. I'm going to end up traveling during SummerSlam weekend to go vacationing with my folks. So it's going to be kind of weird, but I will fit a show in, and I will actually also fit in watching SummerSlam. So that also marks the 2-year anniversary of the small package. So I am pretty proud of that. But we're only 50-some episodes in. I'm not a big-time guy. Hopefully sometime soon we can make this show bigger and better. But I'm enjoying the prediction contest, guys. So let's move on, shall we? We go to the WWE Championship. It was a singles match for the championship. This match, surprisingly, only 9 minutes and 45 seconds. I guess Joe, I wrote some notes down. Why do I have the feeling Samoa Joe or more likely Brock Lesnar is going to ruin this special night? It did not happen during this match, but Kofi still remains the WWE champion. The bell rang and the Kofi hits a running dropkick, but Joe fired back with a big clothesline. He choked Kofi across the ropes and then leveled him with a big shoulder. Joe used his power advantage early on in this one. We cut to the finish. Kofi keeps trying to mount some offense, but Joe stopped him in his tracks every time. Finally, Kofi hit the SOS, but can't get the 3 count. He set him up, but Joe, with the coquina clutch, had that in, and then he hit a senton. Kofi ate some punches, but then hit Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere, retained the title. It was a nice match, nothing special, but told the story they wanted, I would assume. I'm assuming this continues, guys. What are your thoughts? And no Brock on this one, obviously. That's pretty much going to seal the fate on Brock going after the WWE Championship. Where do you guys see this one going to? I can see this one now. That might give Samoa Joe some hope getting a WWE Championship opportunity. It's getting darker out here, guys. Hopefully you can see me. Loose Cannon. His comments here in the chat. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Bell ring. And Ziggler slapped Owens. Owens stunner to Ziggler. And the bell rings after the 3 count. That's about it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I totally missed that. It must have been during my internet cutage. I swear to God I saw Owens on the promo, but it was that quick. Wow, I didn't even see Ziggler's entrance. Loose Cannon also says disappointed on how the match length was and wish it could have went longer. Happy Kofi won, but worries where Samoa Joe goes from here. So the only guys to pick Samoa Joe, guys, were the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander Taylor, was the Lone Wolf. For the millionth time, he picked Samoa Joe, and it was a tough loss for our buddy from Blackpool, England, as he takes the loss. So basically, that brings us to the main event, guys. It was the last chance winners take all mixed tag team Extreme Rules for both the WWE Universal and the WWE Raw's Women's Championship, as it was Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch taking on Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. I actually don't have the end time for this match. If you have it, let me know. For some reason, my notes did not. It basically kicked off at about 10:26 p.m. and finished somewhere around 10:51. So how many minutes is that? It was about, 25 minutes or so? Something like that. This thing had tables. It had not ladders, but Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch ended up defeating Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in a last chance winner takes all. I thought Lacey looked phenomenal tonight. What say you? I thought Becky looked tremendous as well. But it was a last chance Extreme Rules tag, all mixed tag champ match to retain both Universal Championship and Raw Women's Championship, like we said. The finish basically was Corbin connected with a deep 6 on Rollins, but Lynch broke up the pin. He then hit End of Days on Lynch. That was probably the spot of the match and a shock value, as we had man-on-women violence in WWE. But it was right in front of Rollins, and that's when Rollins went off. It was a bad move, as Rollins, now ticked off, goes crazy on Corbin with the kendo stick, which the kendo stick was featured a lot early in the match. And then he hit the curb stop on Corbin, and then the second one and a third gets the win. And then, unbelievable, guys, this is what we hear. Brock Lesnar comes out, and lo and behold, Brock Lesnar in 15 seconds cashes in his Beast in the Bank title. So unfortunately, John Loose Cannon Lopez, we're never going to see any more Beast in the Bank head bops as he cashed in for the third time. Paul Heyman is now the advocate for the Universal Champion for the third time. Brock Lesnar cashes in on Seth freaking Rollins. He burns down Philadelphia's Wells Fargo Center in 15 seconds. Your thoughts, guys? How do you think this one went. I didn't have any notes basically after this. I thought, because I was getting ready to do the show, honestly, I thought this pay-per-view delivered. I'm going to actually give it 9 out of 10. I was thoroughly enjoyed this. We gave everybody got the Lynch Rollins pick right. So kudos to everybody there. So I don't know. That was WWE Extreme Rules, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's go to the chat real quick. Loose Cannon thought Brock Lesnar was just going to tease, but when the bell rang, he figured, we might have a new champion tonight, and he was right. Boombox Brock was great while it lasted, indeed, sir. We have a new Universal Champion, so that's pretty much it, guys. Kudos. I will get the official standings out tomorrow night after work at the post office. I believe we have the Bar and the Hitman both tied as the Bar, the reigning small package champion, was a record best tonight, 9-1. He's definitely going to tie the Hitman. But all the other standings, I will update tomorrow night. Give me your thoughts, guys, as we close the show tonight. Episode 53, WWE Extreme Rules 2019 from Philadelphia. Did it deliver for you? Give me your thoughts in the comments section. I want to thank John Loose Cannon Lopez for joining us tonight live on the chat. I also want to thank Mark Wood for joining us live on video the other night for episode 52. I will announce when episode 54 will be. It'll be WWE SummerSlam Roundtable discussions. We'll also have our NXT TakeOver Toronto picks. It's going to be happening, guys. I hope you're having a great summer. I hope everything's safe where you are. And, life is good, guys. If you need anything, give me a holler. If you need to talk about anything other than wrestling, about life or anything, I'm just a shoulder to talk to. The mailman, Jimmy Melstead, really appreciates any time you give me any likes. Hit that like, hit that subscription, and share us. We're all about talking about WWE. I haven't had time to watch any other wrestling. What do you think of WWE Evolve? Let me know in the comments. I also got to catch up on G1. I've got to catch up on AEW. There's just so much hours in the day because I had to do a lot of yard work. But it's a beautiful night here in Washington State. Let me go to the comments real quick before we wrap up the show. Loose Cannon says it was a good pay-per-view tonight, and he actually enjoyed it. Thank you, Jimmy, for the post-show review, and always great to join in. I thank you, John Loose Cannon Lopez, sir. So with that, we'll talk to you soon. I will advertise when it's basically my 2-year anniversary of the small package. We're only at episode 54 coming up for that, but we'll try to make it special and get a round table going as it gets dark here. I really enjoyed tonight. I hope you did too. I love wrestling. I hope you have a great night, a great week, and I hope you're having a great summer. But for now, it's going to be happening. Jimmy Milstead, out for now. I hope you enjoyed Extreme Rules. We did here at the small package. For John Loose Cannon Lopez, I'm the mailman, Jimmy Milstead. Out for now. See you SummerSlam week. Have a good one. It's going to be happening.
Cause I got bit in my hand that feeds.